Are you sick and tired of crappy mobile games that bombard you with ads? Do you want a game that doesn't look like it was made with a $12 budget? If you said no, then go If you said yes, then you, my friend, are at the right place. Introducing the all-new trending tower defense game called Bloons TD6. There are many things in this game such as heroes, kidnapping monkeys for defense, child labor, and war crimes. You can do anything you want in this game as long as you can defeat the big bad balloons. So why haven't you downloaded this game yet? Do it now or I'll come to your house at 3 AM and strangle you with a fucking Here's how to actually make a vengeful temple in BTD6. I did tell you this last time, but I missed some small details. For the T4 Sun Temple, you actually only need 3 sacrifices. You can leave out whatever sacrifice you want, but I do recommend leaving out the support sacrifice because that's only useful for the T5 and when you're making the vengeful. I also mentioned that you needed the anti-balloon gunner and the Legend of the Night with no cross paths. And also I forgot to mention you need to put them out of the range of the temple. Also, you can only get a vengeful through monkey knowledge. If you don't have the monkey knowledge for the vengeful, then it's not gonna work. Anyways, I hope this clears up any more confusion, and yeah, let's get to 10k before 2023, baby. Subscribe. Here are the most useless BTD6 facts that will waste your time. So you see how in the introduction screen you could see the monkey ace popping every single balloon that touches his propellers. Well, that's not the case in BTD6. As you can see in the footage, the ace clearly touched the ceramic with its propellers, but it did no damage whatsoever to the ceramic. Did you know that if you upgrade a 004 druid to a 024 druid, it will lessen the cape of the druid? Lastly, if you get a 030 boomerang monkey, it'll make the monkey bigger. Subscribe if this wasted your time. Today I'm going to be showing you how to actually do a max temple in BTD5. Now I have talked about this in the past, and of which is my most viewed video ever. However, it was also one of my most controversial videos ever. I got a lot of comments from the last video saying I did some of the steps wrong. After this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a vengeful temple in BTD6, because I also messed that up. So what you actually want to do to get a maxed out BTD5 temple is get 30k of each sacrifice. Now I obviously know I did not get the sacrifice is wrong, but I messed up on how much you have to sacrifice to the temple. So yeah, minor mishap there, but other than that, it's just the same old thing. Once you've done that, you will get a true maxed out temple. Now to actually get the VTSG ability, you actually need to get a specialty building for the Super Monkey, aka the Super Monkey Villa. But this part is where I got confused. I wanted to compare the 2 temples to see if it actually made a difference. However, I watched the 2 videos and realized that they're doing the exact same amount of damage. What do you guys think? Here are 4 balloons Easter eggs you probably never knew about. The clock on the city hall actually matches up with the time on your phone. Speaking of which, the main menu is actually based off the village shore map in BTD5. In Lotus Island, if you put a vengeful sun god on top of the platform, you might notice that the flowers turn from yellow to purple. And also you can click on the flowers to actually stun the balloons for a few seconds. But it has a long ass cooldown, meaning that the next time you can use it, it's probably already around 140. Anyway, subscribe so we can get 10k before 2023, let's go! Here are 5 kinda useless Easter eggs in BTD6. The first one is in a scrapyard, and if you look closely in the rubble, you'd see a small balloon chipper waiting for an Ninja Kiwi to add him into the game, which they will never probably do. The next one is in the cabin. Now this one's a bit tricky, so you're gonna have to follow along. Basically, you're gonna have to follow my movements. If you did this correct, you'll see a little Jason Voorhees monkey chasing after his car. These next 2 Easter eggs are from Frozen Over. Now, nothing might seem out of the ordinary at first, but if you look closely, a white balloon manages to get stuck in the ice, even though it's immune to ice. For this one, you're gonna have to get a mortar or 2 to break free that little monkey that is stuck in the ice. Once you've done that, that monkey will actually join your team, but it won't do as much damage. And it also doesn't add to your tower count. Now in Hedge, you can do something with the statue. You can rotate it 360 degrees. Here are 3 of the craziest glitches in BTD6 that will make you scratch your head. The first is for the engineer. If you get the sentries first before the longer range, it will not put the sentries in the newer range but will instead put the sentries in the base range. It only puts them in the newer range if you get the middle path first before the sentries. Now I mentioned this one in the previous video. There used to be this glitch where you can farm Paragon totems by placing down Geraldo, upgrading him to level 20, placing down the totems, selling him, and it will immediately restock the Paragon totems once he reaches level 20 again. Unfortunately, this has been patched, so you can't do this anymore. Lastly, the first crossbow master you place down will always deal more damage than the second crossbow master you place down. Let me know which one of these glitches made you lose brain cells. Subscribe. 5 balloons facts that you probably never knew about. DDTs actually existed way before BTD6. DDTs were actually first introduced in Bloons Monkey City. The pink balloon never actually existed until BTD4. The old Moabs and BFBs actually used to look like this. The newest balloons to actually be added to the game were the plasma balloon and the B80. If you send a bunch of test balloons at Balloon Master Alchemist at once, it will actually put their pop count into negative. Anyways, subscribe for more content. Who is the most useless hero in BTD6? There are many heroes in BTD6, each with their own unique ability. But today we're finding out which hero helps you the least in BTD6. Quincy actually has the highest Moab damage out of any hero. Gwendolyn deals damage over time, which can be pretty useful. Striker Jones can buff all of the explosive towers. Obed is great when you're using druids. Geraldo is just cracked overall, like, let's be honest. Churchill is great when you're using straight lines on a map. Although Benjamin can attack, he can produce a lot of money. Azili's totem can buff all towers. Pat Fusty uses his Rallying Roar to buff all towers in his range. Adora can be turned into a Vengeful Adora at level 20. Brickle uses Naval Tactics to buff sea towers. Etienne can summon a big fucking plane to kill balloons. Sada's sword charge ability is cracked. Sai can literally one-shot anything with his mind. Overall, Azili is the most useless here in BTD6, of which answers the question of, the true Sun Gun and its sacrifices were way different back then. You'd need 2 glue gunners, 2 wizard monkeys, 2 bomb shooters, 2 mortars, 2 ice monkeys, and lastly, a tech terror. Once you've done all that, you'll get the sacrifices for the temple, and it would be absolutely OP. You also get this ability where you can turn it into a vengeful temple for a small amount of time. It's a bit different for BTD6, mainly because of the 5th tier upgrade, the True Sun God. To get a True Sun God with sacrifices, you'd need $50,000 worth of sacrifices for each category of towers. That means $50,000 for primary, military, magic, and support. Then you can make it a Sun God temple. It's obviously the same for the True Sun God as well. For making a vengeful temple, it's basically the same thing, but with a few more extra steps. Before upgrading it to a True Sun God, get the Anti-Balloon Gunner and the Legend of the Night. Then, it will turn into the Vengeful Sun God Temple. But instead of being an ability, it's an actual fully fledged tower.